L'histoire de Foxtrot commence en 1994 par la signature du contrat de partage de production et l'installation et la mise en production de la plateforme Foxtrot en 1999. Aujourd'hui, le bloc CI27 fournit 70% du gaz de la Côte d'Ivoire, ce qui correspond à 50% des besoins du secteur électrique. L'augmentation des besoins énergétiques de la Côte d'Ivoire a conduit la société Foxtrot à développer les champs voisins de Marlin et Manta, ce qui permettra de répondre aux besoins jusqu'en 2024.
The project consists in building of a second platform with 4 principal objectives. 1. Drilling 8 wells within the Marlin and Manta fields. 2. Processing, producing and exporting natural gas. 3. Processing and producing oil. 4. Supplying quarters and facilities to operating and maintenance personnel. The project started in Houston in January 2012 with basic design studies aiming to be at the same time solid, reliable and conforming to the latest international safety, security and environmental standards. Once approved, the basic design has been used as a basis for bidding and contracting for the execution of the Marlin project. The project team was then relocated to Milan, where Basis Engineering carried out the detailed design work. The construction started in June 2013 on the fabrication yard of Rossetti Marino, located in Ravenna, Italy. The jacket is the steel structure installed on the bottom of the ocean and which supports, over the surface, the deck and its processing units. The jacket rests on the seabed at a depth of 110 meters and is founded on the seabed with piles which are like huge nails, 100 meters long and 2.2 meters diameter. The fabrication in Rossetti's yard started with the horizontal assembly of the 4 legs. Then the rows, seeking to maximize the work at ground level. When the bracings have been installed in the rows are lifted up with high-capacity cranes in such a way as to close the box. After its construction, the jacket is loaded onto the cargo barge. By a multi-wheel, self-propelled, modular transporter, and then towed away for 28 days from Ravenna to its final installation site on the Ivory Coast. Hermod is a semi-submergible crane vessel equipped with 2 cranes having a capacity of 5,000 and 4,000 tons respectively. This barge will carry out the installation of the Marlin jacket. After having removed the fastening to the cargo barge, the jacket is lifted up with the help of the 2 cranes, then upended to the vertical position, and finally carefully positioned on the seabed above the Marlin well. This jacket is then strongly fixed to the seabed by driving the 4 piles. With the help of hydraulic hammers, then sealed by grouting the annulus between jacket and piles. Two pipelines of 18 kilometers each allow for the transfer of the oil and gas produced by Marlin to the land. 2 other pipelines of 8 kilometers each connect the Foxtrot A and Marlin platforms and secure the production in case of failure of one of the 2 platforms. The pipelines are installed by welding the pipes on the laying ramp of the barge. And after checking the welds and installing the polypropylene coating, the pipe is laid on the seabed progressively, along with the barge moving ahead by hauling on its anchors. These pipelines are then connected to the platforms with spool pieces installed with the help of divers. The deck is made up of 4 main levels. The steel structure is first prefabricated on the ground by level section. Then painted in the workshop and assembled level by level like a huge multi-layer cake. Each level is then fitted with the equipment, which is tied up and interconnected by the piping network and the electrical and instrumentation cables. The living quarters and helideck are fabricated separately and then lifted onto the deck. After completing the installation, 2 additional months are required in order to carry out the tests and trials of the various equipment, as well as the utility networks. The deck is then weighed by using calibrated jacks and loaded onto the barge just like the jacket, with self-propelled modular trailers, and transported to the site where the jacket has been waiting for 6 months. Here is the barge TF, a semi-submersible dynamic positioning barge, which will carry out the installation of the Marlin deck onto the jacket. Taking advantage of a slight swell, the deck is untied from the transport barge and lifted with the help of the 2 TF cranes. The barge then moves close to the jacket and gently lowers the deck onto the 4 legs. All that is left is to install the flare and to weld the deck legs to the jacket. The drilling campaign will last 14 months and starts with the recovery of the Marlin B well, which was at the origin of the discovery of the field and the development of the project. The production startup of the platform was on time and within budget and embodied 5-year work involving some hundreds of people of 15 different nationalities over 4 continents.
Le projet Marlin a beaucoup d'atouts, je crois, pour chacun des participants.
Good afternoon, my name is Kevin Noel. I work for Mustang Engineering. Mustang is acting as the owner engineer for Foxtrot International.
Je pense qu'il y a une bonne association entre le savoir-faire de l'entreprise et, disons, l'expérience de l'équipe projet Marlin.
Je suis énormément satisfait et fier de participer à cette nouvelle construction.
C'est intéressant dans la mesure où l'équipe qui est sur ce projet est une équipe très expérimentée et j'en suis d'autant plus fier parce que ça va donner un coup de pouce au développement de la Côte d'Ivoire.
Ce projet se déroule dans de très bonnes conditions. Nous avons une qualité de travail qui est très bonne. Nous avons des taux de réparation très faibles. Ce n'est pas toujours facile, mais l'ambiance est très sympathique. Nous avons des relations très humaines et pour moi, ceci est le plus important.
Bienvenue à l'exploitant et à bientôt en Côte d'Ivoire.
Cette plateforme est d'autant importante pour la Côte d'Ivoire qu'elle permettra à notre pays d'avoir une production de 156 millions de pieds cubes jour, de couvrir 50% de ses besoins en électricité.
This Marlin project is extremely important with regard to the future development of Foxtrot International and the energy self-dependence of the Ivory Coast.